we have a very strong idea based on evidence and things like that of who that person is. And we've talked to that family. We're in constant contact with that family. But until the medical examiner makes that positive identification, we don't have an announcement.
And it's absolutely essential, as the chief said, to bring these folks to justice, individual or individuals to justice, and we have to get all of the details right.
We put everything we could out there to find her and bring her home safely. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But our investigators didn't stop. And tonight, the culmination of their efforts is the arrest of a person that we need to make sure never touches our streets again. Investigators didn't stop. And tonight, the culmination of their efforts is the arrest of a person that we need to make sure never touches our streets again.
It is the answer a family and an entire community has been waiting and praying for. Police arrested a man suspected of killing 14-year-old Alianna DeFreeze.
Christopher Whitaker, now charged with aggravated murder. A relief in many respects, a man suspected of killing a little girl now in custody.
Police announcing the arrest just moments ago, but their investigation is just beginning. We have team coverage on this breaking news tonight. Investigator Joe Paganakis digging into Whitaker's criminal past.
But we begin with Frank Wiley, who was at tonight's news conference. Frank?
Yeah, that meeting happened in this building right here behind me, an emotional gathering for everyone involved in this search. I want to pull up some video of the meeting that we grabbed earlier this evening. Now, police made that arrest of 44-year-old Christopher Whitaker tonight around 7:15. He was in Mayfield Heights. Investigators are still questioning him at this hour. We know Whitaker is from South Euclid. Now, Chief Calvin Williams told me tips started coming in this morning, and it took the help of Cleveland Police, Cuyahoga County prosecutors, FBI, and U.S. Marshals. And Mayor Jackson also thanked the community.
Everyone felt this loss in a way that I've not witnessed in some time.
We put everything we could out there to find her and bring her home safely. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. There are a lot of pieces of the puzzle. So anybody that has any information on this suspect, Christopher Whitaker, his whereabouts over the last week, anybody he may have talked to.
Now, police told me they did conduct over 80 face-to-face interviews. This is far from over. They're going to go back out to that crime scene and question some more people. So, of course, if you know anything, they're asking you to give them a call at this number right here, 216-623-5464. For now, we are live downtown. Frank Wiley, News 5.
All right, Frank, thank you so much. Let's stay on this now and ask the question, who is Christopher Whitaker? We've been digging into his criminal past tonight, and on your side, investigator Joe Paganakis is at the scene where he was arrested just hours ago. Joe?
That's right. Whitaker arrested right here about 4 hours ago at the Villa Serena Apartments on Mayfield Road in Mayfield Heights by Cleveland Police and federal marshals. Now, we did some background checking on Chris Whitaker. We took a look at his record. According to court records, Whitaker has a felony record convicted of sexual battery and felonious assault back in September of 2005. Records indicate his victim was a 45-year-old female and that Whitaker served 4 years in prison, released back in 2009. Now, according to Cuyahoga County records, Whitaker is listed as a sexually oriented offender. Again, police were able to make an arrest based on evidence collected by the medical examiner's office. Now, we went to Whitaker's home listed on the arrest warrant on Colony Road in South Euclid. We knocked on the door. Nobody answered there. But again, Whitaker taken into custody without incident at 7:15 this evening right here at the Villa Serena Apartments on Mayfield Road.
Then he grabbed me around my neck and was choking me, and I passed out.
And 12 years after she was strangled, brutally raped, and left unconscious in her own home, emotional and physical scars remain.
When they found her body, it was like something came over me and said, Chris did that.
Chris Whitaker, accused of murdering 14-year-old Alianna DeFreeze and dumping her body in this vacant home, was convicted 12 years ago of sexually assaulting this woman, whose identity we're not revealing. But the original charge of attempted attempted murder was pled down.
It's like my life didn't matter to them.
As a result, he served just 4 years in prison.
And a person can go out and sell drugs and get more time than they gave him. And now look what he done came back and did.
Less than 2% of rapists ever spend a day in jail.
Cleveland Rape Crisis Center President Sandra Miller tells me many victims who report their rapes to police feel re-victimized by the justice system.
Those that are reported are sometimes not investigated, and then some don't make it past the grand jury hearing, and then even those that go to trial sometimes end in a not guilty verdict.
She couldn't even defend herself. Look how big he was.
Now, Whitaker's 2005 victim says the system has a second chance to get it right.
He took a kid's life, and to me, when you take a kid's life, a life for a life.